Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. As always, I appreciate the effort that you make to listen to the stuff that I have to say. Just a very short and sweet intro to this video and also the nature of my channel from here on out. I've made an executive decision to stop trying to entertain. I was trying so hard to entertain my audience, so I'm just going to show up exactly as I am in every video. I'm not going to do some crazy, like very exciting editing and stuff like that. Be myself and say the stuff that I want to say, and well, if you like it, that's great, that's a bonus. But in this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about some lessons that I have learnt in my 20s so far. They surround the idea of perspective and what it means to have perspective, to lose it and to regain it, and the rebirths that take place because of these shifts in perspective. And when I say rebirth, I essentially mean the coming into power of a newly accepted or a newly released version of yourself and the experience of the world in this new skin that you have just grown or nurtured or whatever. Lesson number 1. The less attached you are to the permanence of things, the more magnetic you become in the reality you wish to experience. So when we understand the futility of worrying how long things will last, we actually create the space to appreciate things just as they are, for what they are. And with the knowledge that things may not last forever, we can inject more loving gratitude into the things that we hoped would last forever. So this applies to literally everything. It applies to friendships, to relationships, to jobs, places we call home, the things that we believe resonate with us, hobbies, everything. When you come into comprehension of the fact that nothing lasts forever, change is one of the only constants, and life is very dynamic and fluid, and there is little to nothing that really remains permanent, except for perhaps ourselves in our own lifetime. So once you're able to expand your mind and your consciousness of this fact, really create a sort of freedom for yourself to fully enjoy what is right in front of you so much more often, and therefore you're taking less things for granted, and as a whole your life may thus start to feel as though everything is falling into place and you have everything that you could possibly need or want, and you're able to think and say out loud, I don't know if I've ever felt happier. I don't know if I could feel happier right now if I tried. Love and gratitude is such a gift that is understated in our society, in our generation. It is the key or the power to, happiness, I think, genuinely. Falling into gratitude is the easiest, most accessible way to lighten your sense of being or your state of being, if you know what I mean. Unattach yourself from the permanence of things. Stop caring so much that it might not last forever, because in turn, when eventually it may inevitably end, you'll be like, well, I missed all of that because I was so worried the whole time that it was going to end that I didn't even get to enjoy it for what it was in the moment, and now it's gone, and all I have are the memories of feeling anxious. Anyway, lesson number 2. Listening to your intuition is highly recommended. We regularly underestimate our ability to make self-aware decisions. We are incapable of trusting in ourselves that a decision we want to make is the right one. We are constantly seeking validation in this field. I know because of personal experience. I, for the longest time, could not make very many seemingly large decisions about my life, my career, like my studies and things that I was pursuing, because I was incapable of believing in my ability to make self-informed decisions. And so I came to realize that sometimes the best decisions for us can only make sense after we've made them. And finally, we realize, oh wow, I'm so glad I did that. Things would be so different right now if I didn't take the leap of faith. Lesson number 3. Everything always works out fine. Even in the darkest, most unclear moments, they always cease. They always come to an end eventually, and we always end up on the other side, able to look back, sometimes without even realizing that we made it through. We made it through what seemed impossible. And we must give thanks to time for this. It is time that does this, with wounds, with pain, with sorrow. Always you can rely on time to lessen the severity of what you're feeling, the intensity of it. Anyway, discipline is motivating. Setting goals for yourself is rewarding, and it pays off. A reward system cycle that you set a goal, you achieve it, and you receive the dopamine and all the good feelings. In turn, it makes you want to set more goals for yourself, challenge yourself, continuously learn. I think complacency has made us comfortable with laziness, and the fact that we have limited potential. We are literally sponges that are capable of absorbing so much knowledge and so much wisdom. For some reason, we've just become comfortable with doing less and investing less in ourselves and our capabilities, and settling for, well, this is okay, this works, instead of like, oh, I wonder if I can, like, if I practice this, I bet I could do that, and then this, and then this, and like, a humble reality is that we never stop being students. We are constantly learning throughout our entire life. In our daily lives, we are learning something new every day. We are constantly receiving information and selectively processing which pieces of information we're going to retain. Lesson 5. Start acknowledging your behaviors as projections. We are simply projections of our own inner worlds. If we can remain aware of this in our daily lives, we can open up more space for consideration and grace of others. Being aware of the complexity that exists in every single person's life can ground us in and drain us of our ego. I deeply resonate, and this was a very difficult lesson to learn. I'm still learning this one, that because it applies to me, and it also applies to the way I perceive the world around me, that everyone, and even including me, is just a projection of what we experience within us, how we respond to our environments. In saying that, you definitely step out of the world revolves around me axis. I really truly believe that we create more space for empathy and grace and kindness when we realize that everyone is just as equally complex as us and has equally as many struggles and fears and all of that as ourselves. And so when we bring this consciousness with us into every interaction, well, you create beautiful moments with other people, I think, genuinely. It allows us to really listen and to really see and consider the person who's opposite us. And that, I think, is incredibly magical and incredibly special, and should not be taken lightly. Another life is very important. And that is all that I have to say for today. Like I said, I wanted to keep things short, sweet, and to the point. I hope you liked this video. If you resonated, that is great. Let me know. I love to hear from you guys when you're feeling the things that I'm saying. Questions, curiosities, all of it. I genuinely really appreciate when people reach out to me from these videos, so don't hesitate if you are thinking about it. I suppose that's it. So thank you again for watching, and stay tuned for my next videos. Thank you so much, and peace and love. Bye.